Shalom Aleichem to everybody, and I'm certainly very hoping that everybody had wonderful, uplifting Pesach, first day, second day, Seder, and I hope we're still feeling the after effects of such a wonderful Yom Tov, being so close to Hashem in so many different ways. That we want to keep us going now till Shavuos and till afterwards. And that's really what we have to concentrate on now, coming up to Shavuos, starting the 7 weeks between Pesach and Shavuos, the 49 days. We have to realize, people don't realize, but we have to realize the truth of the matter, that on Shavuos, God gave the Torah on Mount Sinai. So people look at, he gave it already, he gave it, that's it. It's not it. Because every year we come to Shavuos, the 50th day after Pesach, Hashem gives us a blessing of holiness, of closeness, that was given at the time he gave the Torah on Mount Sinai. He came so close, Hashem came down, Hashem came down to the world on Mount Sinai. Every year, even though we're not in Eretz Yisrael, even though we're not with the Holy Temple, it's HaMikdash, still Hashem is coming down, giving us a great amount, abundance of holiness and closeness to Him. And He's giving us the power to understand Torah better than before, above our natural capabilities of understanding the Torah. When it comes down to Har Sinai, He comes down to the world every Shavuos to a great extent and gives over to us a great gift of closeness to Him and an understanding of Torah. But we have to be worthy of it and ready to do it, and that is by using these 7 weeks of preparation between Pesach and Shavuos, that we should be able to be worthy of His giving over to us this great abundance of holiness and closeness to Him. And we have to use these 7 weeks in the right way in order to have this great gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu Hashem to give us, this great holiness of Kedusha and the sanctity, the closer, like I'm saying, the holiness of the holiday of Shavuos, which could last with us till Sukkot. So what I want to do is discuss some things about these 7 weeks. Each one represents a different idea and a different level of shlemus, of perfection that Hashem wants from us. Of course, the first week went by already. We're already tonight. We already start counting. We're in the middle of the second week already, and now we have to talk about tonight. We're going to count 10 days to the Oorah, 1 week and 3 days. Today was, what am I talking about? So we have to prepare ourselves and realize what the great gift that we have and get ready for it. So the first week was the week of Chesed. Chesed, kindness. The whole world was created for kindness, the purpose of the world. Hashem created the world in order to be kind to His creations and have an everlasting good feeling and pleasure. Hashem created the world, like Himself says, great Sefer Himself. People are only created in order ultimately to have great pleasure from Hashem, being close to Him, which He's the source of all pleasure, all goodness, all good feelings. We're close to Him, then we're close to the closest to having enjoyment and goodness. That's a purpose creation. And in order for us to accept the Torah, we have to be high up in the actions of kindness, goodness. Because to cling to Hashem, we have to be like Him, unlike things don't mesh, don't come together. If we're not kind, we can't cling to Hashem, because one of his great attributes of Hashem is his kindness. So we have to be in the level of kindness as much as a person can be, in order to connect to Hashem, who is so kind. The whole purpose of the world is kindness. He's a Tov native. That's his main attribute that we know about him. His kindness. And therefore, we have to know, to connect to him, comes in Shavuos, we have to be in a high level of kindness that we have to do. To be kind, chesed, called it. And of course, the first week went by already, but we still have to think about it. We don't just forget about it and go to the next one. We try to keep the first one with us and go to the next one. Each week we come to something, a new level. We have to work on each one every week, but not to forsake the first weeks that we worked on and went through. So it's not too late for us to work on kindness. And we have to look for opportunities to be kind to other people. And by doing that, we become higher level of greatness, because we become what we do. If we become we do kind acts, we become a kind person. That becomes a part of our nature. Besides that, when we do kind acts, we bring down from Hashem. From Hashem brings down the kindness to us. The way we act, He reacts back to us. We act in the right way. He showers us with the greatness of the thing that we were doing. So we have a double accomplishment by doing kind acts, because we become kind in our own nature by doing the acts, and also become a source for Hashem to be kind to us, since that's how we're practicing ourselves. So doing the first week, and now also we should keep in mind to find ways to be able to do chesed to other people. For instance, tzedakah, giving charity. You should give it during this time of Sefirah more than usual. We always have charity all the time, but we should even be more outstanding and more giving at the time of the weeks between Pesach and Shavuos, for us to be able to come to the full extent of Hashem's blessing that He'll give us on Shavuos, that we go in His ways of kindness, give charity, help people, all different ways of charity. People that the poor people need help. I'm sure we get in the mail all kinds of requests to help all types of poor people. To yeshiva, the houses of learning, that's what the main charity we have to think about. People studying Torah, and in order for those bastions of Torah should be, in order for them to be able to function and give over to students studying Torah, they have to have help from the Jewish public, because most yeshivas can't exist just from tuitions. A lot of people can't afford tuition. So if we have help, ask for help to help a Jewish organization, whether it's Torah, number one, and they have to pay their teachers naturally. They have expenses to run the yeshiva, or we have the opportunity to help people, certain places, certain Jewish hospitals that specialize in Jewish patients, or hospitals in Israel. Have some great hospitals over there that are serving the public and doing a lot of research. So we have to answer those calls that they're asking us for help, or certain places that they take care of orphans, because kids that have a lot of orphans today, to a great sorrow. They lost their father, and then because of the wars that they're in, a lot of soldiers that were killed and disabled. And these are all types of things that we have to think about and help the chesed organizations in this country or Israel. And there's so many opportunities to do chesed, just to help some people in this world and this, in this country by cheering them up. Some people are lonely. Some people need visits in the hospital. Some people need a phone call to cheer them up. People that are lonely, people that lost their spouse, women, men who are all by themselves. So we have the opportunity in so many ways to have to kindness to people. So this is very important. That was the whole week that went by until we started the second week, and we can still keep going, keeping that theme going in our lives to prepare us for Shavuos coming up. Because a person who is not kind, he will not be able to connect to Hashem like he should. Because Hashem says, "I'm kind. You have to connect to me. You have to be the same way I am." If we're not the same, well, don't see things the same way, but we can't connect like we should. So that's number one. We're talking about the first week of the sphere of counting. We're counting every night, another night. We started the second night of Pesach, counting number one, and we came up to 1 week, and then we count the days and the weeks, up to 49 days and 7 weeks. So this is a obligation all of us to do. We make a special blessing before it's a mitzvah that tells us to count this 49 days. Now the second week that we started, and that's called Gevurah, strength. Gevurah, to fight for what's right. Gevurah, Gibor, person is considered a mighty person, a strong person. Our rabbis tell us, Ezer Gibor. What is considered a Gibor? A strong person. So people, the guy is a professional boxer, will win the title of a wrestler, a Gibor. People have strong muscles, and that's a Gibor. And the rabbis told, no, that's not a Gibor. That's like animalistic. Animals can be Gibor. A person, no matter how strong he is, he can't fight a lion. So he says, how strong can a person be? No matter how strong he is, his muscles, he's not the biggest, strongest one on this earth. There's other things that are stronger than him. A lot of people stronger than him. A Gibor, a person who has control over his character, over his emotions, over his reactions. The Gibor has controlled himself, that he makes sure to act the way he should, even though he has pushings and pullings in a certain direction that are not favorable to people. He has a temper, and maybe he has lazy, or maybe stingy, and he has a hard time with all these problems. Plus, a Gibor, the person who's able to overcome these character traits that pull him down when it comes to doing the laws of the Torah, that he has a great lust for money, all the things in this world that our bodies, our animalistic bodies are craving for, and our seichel intellect tells us, no, don't go after your animalistic cravings and pullings and pushings. Use your intellect. Go according to the ways of the Torah to act and control yourself the way it should be. And the person who has a temper, he has to work on himself, not to get angry, and not to act with anger, first of all. Not to get angry, that's really hard not to get angry. But if even he gets angry, some people have more of a nature to have a temper. We have to know how to control it the right way. That's a Gibor. Person who gets angry and doesn't react, and keeps his mouth shut, and he doesn't scream back or something that gets him angry. Even though he feels he has the right to get angry, somebody did something wrong to him, still he controls himself. Whether it's in his home or whether it's wherever, in his working place, wherever he might be, to control anger. That's a gibur. Kavashitzu, the Yetzer Hara person, even the person tries the person to act animalistic and uses character traits in the wrong way, called that the Yetzer Hara, evil within us, and that's a gibur. That's somebody who's really strong, and the person who can control himself like that. And this is what we should be working on the second week of Sfira, the way to between Pesach and Shavuos. Gevura, strength, to be a strong person, to be able to self-control. That is a true gibur, the way God calls a gibur, not a person who can beat somebody else up, or he can run the race, or do all kinds of physical things more than anybody else. They pick up weights more than anybody else in the world around us. That's called a gibur. If you could pick up 200 pounds, who else can pick up 200 pounds? That's a gibur. We said that's not a gibur. That's a gibur in a very immature way, called that a gibur. A gibur is it's much harder to control a person himself than to pick up heavy weights, because that's within us. Part of our nature has different things that we're pushing us to do certain things according to our animalistic cravings. So we're talking about this week of Gevura, talking about we have to think to ourselves, how can I show my Gevura? Sometimes the kind acts we want to do, but sometimes we have things not allowing us to do it from within. We want to do a kind act to somebody else, but maybe we're too lazy to do it. It's too late at night, and I don't feel like it, and I'm in a good mood to take it easy. Gevura means don't go according to what's easy and what's pleasant. Do what's right. So that will follow up with the kindness. Sometimes the kindness is held back by all these different midas that we're talking about. A person who has a temper, maybe he won't be so kind to some people. Some people need special attention, and they get on your nerves, and then you start reacting. And the person who you're acting against is he's a difficult nature, a difficult situation he's in, and it's easy to get upset, and maybe says things he shouldn't say. That shows that, and we have to be kind to him and realize the situation, and even though it gets on their nerves, and that's Gevura. We have to be kind to him, and we have to use our Gevura and our strength, through intellectual strength, to be nice to the person, even though he's somebody that we feel that he's not worthy of our kindness. He doesn't appreciate it. Also, but doesn't appreciate something. Is that reason why not to help him, because he doesn't appreciate it? That's not the reason. Hashem's ways. Most people don't appreciate what Hashem gives us. Don't show appreciation. Still, Hashem gives us good things, even though we don't appreciate it. The same way we have to go in Hashem's ways that people don't appreciate. They say, why can't he do it himself? Ask me. He has hands, he has feet. Let him go and do it on his own. But that's not the way we talk about kindness. Chesed, we do chesed because we want to do the act of chesed. We want to be able to be kind to people, even though he has all these problems that are not allowing us to, holding us back from doing the chesed. And people have 100 ways of getting out of it by like some of the things I said already, by let him do it himself, or he's lazy, he should expects people to, because sometimes if it's a child or somebody that we have responsibility to show them the right way, sometimes we have to not be too kind to a person if we feel taking advantage and it's bad for them. The people that we're supposed to be training, our children, sometimes we can't be so good to our children, let them take advantage of their parents. Parents have to train the children, and but children have to do things on their own. But I'm talking about when we're interacting with people around us, we shouldn't be so particular and said help him. Shouldn't help him well, he should help himself, and so on. We should do what Hashem does. We should look for ways to be kind to people. And there's enough things to do that without even doubting that people need help. And we should We're doing those things now, doing these weeks of sphere. Now, once we are active in doing these actions that we're talking about, being kind, like I said at the beginning, Hashem is kind back to us. If we act with kind midas and character traits and helping people in all different ways that we mentioned and that we didn't mention, so then Hashem acts back to us the way we like. He's like a shadow. The way we act to a shadow, Hashem acts back to us. If we lift up our hand, shadow lifts up his hand. If we laugh, the shadow laughs back. The mouth expressions. But that's how we have to have Hashem acts back to us. The way we act, Hashem acts back to us. And comes to Gevurah the same way, that Hashem will control himself. How does he control himself? Hashem control himself. God doesn't have any bad character traits to control himself. That means that even though people are not worthy of Hashem's help, people are sinners, for instance, and they're doing things they should not be doing. And according to Hashem's creation of the world, sinners are punished. But sometimes Hashem gives a person a chance to do tshuva, even though Hashem will be angry at the person, so to speak. Hashem will have to get angry and emotionally angry, but he has a right to punish a person for not acting the way they should. Hashem controls himself, holds himself back, and gives the person time to do tshuva. Doesn't right away go ahead with punishment of people, and as soon as there's something wrong, right away they're punished. Hashem doesn't do things like that. Hashem gives a person a chance to, he knows people have a yetzer hara, people have inner evil within them, that inner driving forces within that we're talking about all the time, we just spoke about now. Again, it's to be lazy and to be angry and all these type of things. So Hashem knows we're human beings. If we do something wrong, it gives us a chance to do tshuva. So he's gibra, he's strong, he's holding himself back from punishing the evil people that should be punished, but he gives them a chance to do tshuva. That's in 13 attributes of Hashem, that Hashem, how he acts. And one of them is called erech apayim. It gives a long time, gives a chance for a person to do tshuva, to rectify the wrong things about them. It doesn't right away punish. And that's how much he will react to us, not to punish according to the way we act, like I said before. If we're kind, he's kind to us. If we show patience and don't get upset so fast, and we have understanding for other people that they might do things wrong, even to us directly, but we know people are people, so we don't right away react and scream and yell and take revenge and do things. Calm down, take it easy. He didn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. He'll probably ask you to forgive them in a while. The person do things that out of anger that they did. Maybe they shouldn't have gotten angry, but they did, and we have to give them the space and give them a chance to do tshuva. And maybe we have to talk to them and tell them how come we did that. You know, you're not allowed to hit somebody, like the Rambam says. You're not allowed to hate somebody unless you say to them what you have against them. And a lot of people have complaints about other people for years, and they don't even mention it to them. They just keep in their heart a dislike for somebody. If they would have spoken to them, like the Rambam says, you can't have a dislike for a person in your heart. So it's a Torah, you're not allowed to hate a fellow Jew. But you have to do, if you have something against him, you have to ask him, you have to approach him, you have to bring it out. So how can we do that? So the person either will say, you make a mistake, I didn't do it, or I didn't mean to do it, or that I did it, I apologize. And give them a chance. So people would bring out their feelings, and their feelings of they have things against somebody else. Most of people would not have hate to other people and dislike for other people, but they keep it to themselves and don't give a chance to discuss it, bring out into the open. Don't give a person a chance to answer what they did, and give a reason for what they did, or maybe you're making a mistake, whatever it is. Half the people who have complaints against other people wouldn't have complaints anymore. People keep it to themselves. They don't even talk about it. They don't bring it out in the open. So this is Gevurah. The way we are Gibor strong, Hashem acts strong back to us. He holds us. And another Gevurah we call about Hashem to bring into things into the world, to take Gevurah, this mightiness, this strength of bringing rain to the world. It's called Gevurahs. The way Hashem brings rain to the world, He gives life to the world. That's Gevurah. That's things that we can't do. We're not control of rain, things we're not control of, and Hashem's control of. That's called Gevurah also. It's called strength. Hashem will bring the dead people alive when the time comes. That's called Gevurah. He has that Gevurah to do. Keep people, to make people be born and give life. That's called Gevurah. And the more that we show Gevurah in our, the way we act, that's Hashem shows Gevurah the way He acts back to us and does kind of good things to us. He doesn't get take revenge and punishing right away, like we said, but He'll be much more patient with us if we're patient with other people. So let's think about on the way to the Torah. Hashem, we want Shavuos, another 5.5 weeks. Hashem will want to come and give us a lot of holiness and closeness to Him, but according to the way we act these 5 weeks, the way we show Hashem that we're trying to emulate Him in the ways that He lives, we want to live that way also. Kindness, control. That's how it comes to Shavuos. Hashem will give us an abundance of blessing, of closeness to Him, and bless us with great things. And now we have the chance these 5 weeks to work on it and to show Hashem we're trying our best to emulate You, and we hope that we know that You'll come back to us with stronger and stronger. The way we become strong in Your ways, You'll be stronger to us and give us the happiness and the goodness that You want to give us.